Hello everyone, welcome to Kumari's Kids channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is good. Okay, today I have a story called Little Red Riding Hood. I'm going to tell you about Little Red Riding Hood. Let's start. Okay, once upon a time there lived on the borders of a great forest a woodman and his wife who had one little daughter, a sweet, kind child whom everyone loved. She was the joy of her mother's heart, and to please her, the good woman made her a little scarlet cloak and a hood. And the child looked so pretty in it that everybody called her Little Red Riding Hood. There you go. Her mom made her the hood, and she looks so pretty, isn't she? One day her mother told her she meant to send to her grandmother, a very old woman who lived in the heart of the wood, to take her some fresh butter and new laid eggs and a nice cake. Little Red Riding Hood was very pleased to be sent on this errand, for she liked to do kind things, and it was so very long since she had seen her grandmother that she had almost forgotten what the dame looked like. Can you see, guys? She's so pretty and nice. The sun was shining brightly, but it was not too warm under the shade of the old trees. And Red Riding Hood sang with glee as she gathered a great bunch of wildflowers to give to her grandmother. She sang so sweetly that a cush-hat dove flew down from a tree and followed her. Now, it happened that a wolf, a very cruel, greedy creature, heard her song also, and longed to eat her for his breakfast. But he knew Hook the woodman was at work, very near with his great dog, and he feared they might hear Red Riding Hood cry out. If he frightened her, and then they would kill him. So he came up to her very gently, and said, "Good day, Little Red Riding Hood. Where are you going?" "To see my grandmother," said the child, "and take a present from her, from mother of eggs and butter and cake." "Where does your grandma live?" asked the wolf. "Quite in the middle of the wood," she replied. "Oh, I think I know the house. Good day, Red Riding Hood." And the wolf ran off as fast as he could. Look at the wolf talking to Red Riding Hood, and he's asking, "Where is your grandma?" All right, and then he knew that the grandma where she lives, and he took off before the girl. Little Red Riding Hood was not in a hurry, and there were many things to amuse her in the wood. She ran after the white and the yellow butterflies that danced before her, and sometimes she caught one, but she always let it go again, for she never liked to hurt any creature. Look at her, she's playing with the butterfly, and she like to play with it and let it go because she don't like to hurt any creatures. And then there were the merry cunning little squirrels to watch, cracking nuts on the branches of the old trees, and every now and then a rabbit would hurry away through the tall ferns, or great bee come buzzing near her, and she would stop to watch it gathering honey from the flowers and wild thyme. So she went on very slowly. By and by she saw Hugh the woodman. "Where are you going, Little Red Riding Hood?" said he. "All alone." "I'm going to grandma's," said the child. "Good day, I must make haste now, for it grows late." While Little Red Riding Hood was at play in the wood, the great wolf galloped on as fast as he could to the old woman's house. Grandmother lived all by herself, but once or twice a day a neighbor's child came to tidy her house and get her food. Now grandma was very feeble and often kept her bed, and it happened that she was in bed the day Little Red Riding Hood went to see her. When the wolf reached the cottage door, he tapped. "Who is there?" asked the old dame. "Little Red Riding Hood, Granny," said the wolf, trying to speak like the child. "Come in, my dear," said the old lady, who was little deaf. "Pull the string and the latch will come up." See, the wolf opened the latch, as grandma said, and the door opened, and look at grandma's face. She's so scared of the wolf. The wolf did as she told him, went in, and you may think how frightened poor grandma was when she saw him standing by her bed instead of Little Red Riding Hood. Very soon the wolf, who was quite hungry after his run, ate up poor grandmother. Indeed, she was not enough for his breakfast, and so he thought he would like to eat sweet Red Riding Hood, as therefore he dressed himself in his granny's nightcap and got into the bed and waited for the child to knock at the door, but he waited a long time. By and by Little Riding Hood reached her grandmother's house and tapped at the door. "Look, Little Red Riding Hood has come to grandma's house." But the wolf ate grandma, and she's on the bed acting like grandma. "Come in," said the wolf in a squeaking voice. "Pull the string and the latch will come open." Red Riding Hood thought grandma must have a cold. She spoke so harshly. But she went in at once, and there lay her granny, as she thought, in the bed. "If you please, grandma, mother sent you some butter and eggs," she said. "Come here, dear," said the wicked wolf, "and let me kiss you." And Red Riding Hood obeyed. Can you see the wolf? She's acting out like a grandma, and Little Red Riding Hood is going to kiss the wolf. But when Red Riding Hood saw the wolf, she felt frightened. She had nearly forgotten grandmother, but she did not think she had been so ugly. "Grandma," she said, "what a great nose you have." "All the better to smell with, my dear," said the wolf. "And grandma, what a large ears you have." "All the better to hear with, my dear." "Ah, grandma, and what large eyes you have." "All the better to see with, my dear," said the wolf, showing his teeth, for he longed to eat the child up. Oh, Grandma, what a great teeth you have, said Red Riding Hood. All the better to eat you up with, growled the wolf. And jumping out of the bed, he rushed to Red Riding Hood and would have been eaten up. But just at that time, the door flew open and a great dog tore him down. The wolf and the dog were still fighting when Hug the woodman came in and killed the wicked wolf with his axe. Can you see the wolf is dead? Hugman is here, the woodcutter, and he saved Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood threw her arms round the Woodman Hug's neck, and kissed him and thanked him again and again. Oh, you good, kind Hug, she said. How did you know the wolf was there in time to save me? Well, said Hug, when you were gone by, I remembered that a wolf had been seen about the wood lately, and I thought I would just come after you and see if you were safe. When he came near grandmother's house, my dog Trim sniffed and ran to the door and whined, and then he pushed it open. You have not shut it close, and rushed in, and I followed him, and between us we have killed the wolf. Then Hug took the child home, and her mother and father could not thank him enough for saving Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next story.